In the last video, I went to an expo, and it was pretty cool. Check it out right here. But in this video, we're gonna talk about my animals. Cue the intro. So there's a lot to tell, actually. We have a lot of different updates that have to be, talked about on this channel. For instance, we were tracking how much Sahara has grown, and now you can see that she's bigger than my fist, which is really cool. She used to be this big, and now she's about 5 times that, so we're gonna weigh her real quick and then get an update on how much she weighs. So we've got our trusty scale right here, and we're gonna go see how much this beautiful turtle weighs. 196 grams, almost 200 grams, which is absolutely incredible. Look at this beautiful chunk of a turtle. Look at that. She is just as big as my fist in terms of volume, and that is phenomenal. But for now, we'll keep it going with another update. Now the next update is our boy Edgar here, who is a beautiful savanna monitor. Now we recently changed his substrate here to some black dirt in order to boost his humidity so that he would have an easier time shedding. As you can see, he is lifting near his ear right there, and he's been shedding for like the past 2 weeks. Normally he doesn't really shed that well, so we tried to up the humidity to see if he would enjoy it. And we can actually see him in the room because it actually boosted the humidity in the whole room as well. We also gave him a huge water bowl right here that he can fully soak in if ever he feels like it. That will also help him shed, and he is a good boy. Yes, Edgar, are you a good boy? Yes, you are. Now, I also wanted to update you guys about Fadi, our mountain horn dragon, who is beautiful. We got him from Fadi at Daffy's Reptiles. If you guys don't know who Fadi is, he is the mountain horn dragon guy, so go check him out in the description right there. We actually got him a little bit underweight, which was a plan. We have rescued animals in a pretty bad state before. We've done it a lot, actually. Half our collection is actually pretty much rescues, so this one didn't seem like too much of a hassle, and it wasn't really. He actually took a few grams since, and as you can see, his butt is looking way more plump, and yes, we can still see his hip bones through. They were protruding a lot more than that when we got him, so it's actually going a lot better than I thought. He's been eating silkworms and superworms and hornworms and crickets, but we're super glad to have him as a part of our family. He's beautiful. Look at this beautiful little boy with that beautiful crest of spines on his neck. He is getting super placid. Like, we can play with him, we can have him on our hands. He really doesn't mind. He doesn't want to jump around. He's a really good little boy. If you guys don't know, mountain horn dragons are a part of the agamid family, which bearded dragons and uromastyx are also part of. But they're smaller, this guy won't grow anymore, and they are really good climbers compared to like uromastyx, which are mostly terrestrial. Alright, we're gonna put this guy back because I think he's a bit stressed, but yeah, he's doing good. Speaking of uromastyx and agamids, we have our boy Mushu right here, who you will notice is now in the front of his enclosure looking at me because recently we won him over. Now I'm gonna pick him up and you're gonna see he's not gonna be really happy about it, but he has been doing a lot better when it comes to generally me being around his enclosure and interacting with stuff around his enclosure. Look at that. Now this is Mushu, our Nigerian red uromastyx, and he's absolutely beautiful. Look at those belly patterns, super pretty. He was a little bit defensive when we first got him, and his mouth has healed a lot since we first got him. He had a really big mouth rot. Now we were able to stop that. It still doesn't look fantastic like he's brand new, but realistically that stuff doesn't really grow back. So we were able to halt that and help him shed and stuff. As you can see, he's shedding right now, but he's been shedding really well. He's also never had UVB or the proper heat, so it's actually perfect husbandry now, which is good. And he feels comfortable enough that he'll eat from my hands. So, that's really good. Mushu is a good little boy, and he is a beautiful uromastyx for sure. Next up is another little fellow that I don't really talk about that often. I'm talking, of course, about one of the smallest lizards that I own, Speedy, the Oman's Lacerda. And this one is called Speedy because, of course, he is very flighty. I couldn't even show you what it looks like to touch him because we can't really touch him, but I can definitely show you what it's like to feed him. All right, I hope you're ready now because this goes really fast. So, Speedy is actually really trained when it comes to following stuff through the terrarium, but we do have to trick him while we do that. So, let me just do that. Go this way, but then we open the other window, and then we get him there. Boom.
Oh,
isn't that a pretty lizard? All right, let's give him another one right here, shall we? This right here. Yes. Yes, you like that? You're so funny. You're so funny. I love you so much. Isn't he just so pretty? Couldn't say enough positive things about Oman's lizards. Speedy, you really are special. We also have to give him food in order to change his water bowl. So here's how we do that. Then we rush against it, grab the bowl, come back here, bam, close the door, we got it. This is how we change the water bowl. That's not pee actually, it's just wood chips. And now we come here, we dump that, and then we'll scrub. That's the kind of stuff that not a lot of YouTuber does in front of his audience. But you know we always aim to do stuff differently here at Mystic Animals, so. And then, in order to give him his bowl back, all we do is we give him a worm, get him distracted for a second. Come on. Yeah. Isn't that a good worm? Isn't that a good worm? Yeah, Speedy, that's a good worm. Yeah, for sure that's a good worm. Yeah. Did you like that worm? Did you like that worm? I played you. I played you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, I'll stop talking about the small stuff, and then we'll get on to the real stuff. Next up on the agenda is the Tegu project. Now, that has been going really, really well. We have got some really cool stuff to tell you guys this week. We got some really nice pieces of shed right now. Look at that Tegu head right there. That's the eye socket right there. Look at this beautiful piece right there. This is Oreo, who has shed for us right now, and it is actually her first huge shed with us at our house, so that has been fantastic. She shed really, really well. She's looking super shiny. As you can see, the back of her is not shed fully yet, but that has been lifting right now. I just don't want to pull too hard and hurt her, but it's been going really well. As you guys know, we've been getting some incredible pieces from Cherry, our male here. Look at those big pieces. This is his entire abdomen right there shed, and that is super, super cool. This little girl right here, who is called Aurelia, she's a golden Tegu, different species as the rest of them. This little girl right here, she is going to be leaving us soon. She will be rehomed to a lovely couple that is celebrating their wedding anniversary, and I'm really, really happy that she'll be able to join their family because they're also animal rescue people now. They rescue birds and big snakes and things like that, but they've rescued an African grey, so they can take care of a gold Tegu for sure. Now, the lovely couple always wanted a lizard. They were never really able to in terms of like time or whatever, and we're lucky enough to be able to give them one of the best of the best. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like Tegus. Now, we are going to be shuffling a bunch of enclosures around, which is going to be some really cool changes, but for the meantime, we're going to keep going with the rest of the video. I am sure that everybody that clicked on this video today wants to know how Kyle is doing. Kyle is doing pretty well, although Kyle is looking really plump. I don't know if you can see that. We might have a small suspicion that Kyle might be a girl. So, we're going to set up a dig box, and we're going to see if they decide to go in it, and if they do and they start digging, we might get a dud clutch if it's a female, and in that case her name will just be Kylie. But there's no reason to jump to assumptions of that yet, right, Kyle? He could be Kylie, we don't know. But what we can say about Kyle is that he is doing really, really well. We have been handling him daily, and he's been good at progressing at a really good level. But while it's looking all good with Kyle, we don't know how that will affect things if ever she decides to lay some eggs. We know the mode can change, we know that they might be a little bit more defensive, so that will be something to look forward to if ever she proves out to be a female. It's weird to consider because Cherry was a girl, Pepe was a boy, now Cherry's a boy, Pepe's a girl, and now Kyle would be a girl as well. That's crazy for me. But it's not totally impossible, and if that was to be the case, we would actually be pretty much at the end of her growing cycle, because they don't typically get over 4.5 feet, so that is a 4.5 foot Nile monitor, and if it was a 4.5 foot Nile monitor female, that would be a full-size Nile monitor female. So, not that I think that if he was a guy, he would reach 6 feet either. They mostly don't surpass 5.5 feet. except in really, really rare occasions. But that's the same with every kind of big monitor. So anyway, lots of exciting updates and a lot of stuff that I couldn't even tell you right now on camera because it's in the works. But in the meantime, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like. Also hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out. Recently, we surpassed 500 subscribers. Our next goal is 1,000. You guys are the key to making it happen. My name is Matt Zephyr. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Thank you so much for checking out this video, everybody. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. And if you really loved it, why don't you subscribe? It's free, you know?